Okay, continuing on with posts, there's a lot of information in just the post. I'm going to talk about these things over here. I have already published this post. In other words, when I go to the site, it's active. Let's say I wanted to change my mind and I wanted to make this a draft or pending review draft. If I click draft and click OK, that post will no longer show on my main blog if I wanted to update it later. Sometimes I'll start writing a blog post and decide, and something will happen and I'll stop and I'll just save it as a draft for later. The other thing that you can do is you can make these private. Or password protected. So if you did a password protected, you're going to put in a password here, and let's say you wanted to do a post just for your team or members. You could. This is also a quick and dirty way to do a membership site if you wanted to, by password protecting the blog post, or if you want to just make it private. I'm going to keep this one public. Now, if I did a blog post with a cool video, that my introduction video, I will also want to make this a sticky post. And this had my welcome video, for example, and this is called a sticky post. It says stick this post to the front page. It'll always be there no matter how many posts that I post afterwards, no matter what. So those are those three tabs here. Click OK. I'm going to keep this public. I can also write a series of posts, and I want to, let's say I've added a series on how to successfully market with Twitter or whatever, and I did a series of 5 posts. I can do the first one, and then I can drip the emails out over time to my blog, and it'll do it automatically. So if this was part 2, I would post this maybe on Tuesday. Or Wednesday or Thursday, and then that's where you can do your series of posts. Okay, that's how you do that. Now this is a relatively new option with WordPress. I think we're on 2.9 point, I'm not really sure, whatever version we're on. I could actually move this whole post to trash, and I have the option to undo that if I wanted to. Now, just something that I want to mention about that. If I move this post to trash and I created another one that says welcome to my blog, if that post is still in trash, it's going to automatically add a 1 to the end of my post. It's going to automatically add a 1 to the end of my post because it still thinks it's a duplicate post, so it doesn't want to have duplicate post, so it's going to add a 1. So in order to stop that from happening, all you have to do is delete the post from trash. I'm going to talk about excerpts here for a minute, and you can find a great explanation for excerpts by clicking here where it says learn more about manual excerpts. If you have an RSS feed on your blog, which you should, you could actually put in the words that you want to show on your feed. If you don't put anything, it's going to pick up the first 55 words of the blog post and automatically put that in your feed. But if you want to take control of what's going to show up in your feed, you could certainly type in a small explanation or summary of your blog post, and that's what excerpt is about. This will also, if you come here, I've already got this open, explains it pretty well. It talks about to add an excerpt, simply write one in the excerpt field. And this is often confused with the part of the post that appears on the page with the more tag. That we talked about the more tag already. That's if you're working in a long post and you put in the more tag. When somebody clicks here to read more, they're going to read the rest of the blog. So that's the excerpt tag. And that's the end of this training, and in the next training we'll move on.